Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to RSF1's F3 division. Here for round number 15 of the season is the Italian Grand Prix at the Circuit di Monza. The Festival of Speed, it is sometimes called, because this Grand Prix is over in a flash. It's hectic, it's frantic, but it's good to see plenty of overtaking as well. And in this F3 division, which is highly competitive, should be an entertaining evening ahead of us. I'm back in the box once again. Did F2 yesterday. I'm doing F5 tomorrow. I don't get paid for this, but I enjoy it, and that's why I'm doing it. That's why I say yes, because I'm a fool. But yeah, it should be a fun evening. I am joined by another debutant in the comms box. I'm still debating whether this was a good idea or not. But hi there, Mr. RSF1 Lincoln.
Hello.
I'm debating about this because obviously you're a well-known person around in RSF1 now. I'm sure it's going to be a pleasure. Anyway, how are you this evening?
I'm not too bad, mate. Self?
Yeah, again, hopefully my voice will be alright by the end of this. And then ready for tomorrow's F5 one, which obviously you're racing in as well, so...
You need your voice for that.
I'm gonna have something left. But yeah, are you looking forward to tonight? Obviously your first time in the comms box.
Yeah, been a bit nervy, but yeah, hopefully get into the swing of things.
Yeah, you just say what you see. So it's like a famous TV show catchphrase, like say what you see.
Love it.
Yeah, you know what I'm talking about.
Oh yeah.
Sweet. Right, Monza. What can we talk about Monza? Obviously, I have my ins and out about this track, mainly track limits. Which can be interesting, but what do you think about this? It's a good league race track, isn't it? Because you see plenty of action and overtakes.
Yeah, I like racing the track. No, last season I wasn't the greatest at it, but since going to the wheel, I've been quite enjoying it. Yeah,
I didn't classify this as a wheel track though, to be honest, rather than a pad.
It feels better on a wheel. I'll be honest. I think on a pad you can easily lose it at Ascari. That's the main one.
Yes. A bit overcast actually for this beginning of this Q1 Lincoln, as onboard Cratefish goes a little bit
just
wide.
See Toxic, he just had a spin.
Oh, where is that? Oh, that's Ed of Ascari. Oh, that's right on the exit. Oh, he's got a space in between, so he's alright.
I reckon we'll get quite a few of that tonight. Yeah,
Ascari's a difficult corner. I was going to mention, like, what corners would you say be aware of, and Ascari is definitely one of them, isn't it? Already seen this week a few fatalities there.
Yeah, Ascari's the one that I reckon will take a good 3 or 4 victims.
Yeah. In terms of lap times as well, Lincoln, yesterday we saw, I think it was pole was an 18.4. I'm almost expecting as well, because it's such a short track, 18s from these guys as well, maybe low 19s. I'm already seeing a 19.2 from Spooky, so...
I reckon an 18.6 will get it in this one.
Stretch.
Yeah.
A little bit too far wide, and Ascari as well. Couple of things we need to go over. A couple of things we need to clear the room about. First of all, Sainz. Most of you obviously watching know about RSF1 Sainz and what's happened. He's basically retired from league racing. I'm as surprised as many, to be honest, because I thought he was still perfectly fine. But yeah, he is no longer in RSF1, and in fact F3 as a whole as well. And it's a big surprise to many, and it will be missed. He's just taken a big break, kind of basically from the whole of things, which needs to be done when when you make that decision. It's obviously essential to be done. And he wants a little bit of a break. Opens up the championship tremendously in F3 because he was leading it by about 60 points. But yeah, he will be sorely missed. The other sorely missed is Cooper Benz, and he was second in the championship. So when Lincoln, because Lincoln is ready and waiting with the standings,
yeah.
when we go over there, it opens it up. But it is sad to see I'm sad to hear about Lincoln, but yeah, when you want to take a break, you want to take a break, isn't it? And especially with those two, that's nothing to do with lack of pace or lack of points. It's just got a bit too much. I think to one side, they'll be back. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, it opens up division a hell of a lot. Because you got Stretch at the minute. It's now leading it by, if I get this right, 24 points to Camo.
Points. So yeah, definitely. But yes, sad to hear and sad to see Lincoln, isn't it?
Yeah, you don't want to see people leave. Everyone has their own lives though, so it's No, we all do it for fun.
Indeed we do. Also, a couple drivers swapping divisions.
Yeah.
So first of all, we got Grunter. You actually raced yesterday, which again is a little bit of a thing, but that's fine. As Swift in the Ferrari, an 18.888 already. Ooh. That is pace. Goodness me. So yeah, Grunty is... Well, at least he hasn't changed cars, Grunty, because he's in the racing point alongside Camo. The other is Reppin' One Shot. They're both down from F2. Obviously, the admin and the owners thought, well, they're struggling in F2. I personally thought they were fine, but it's not my decision, not my choice, just in my opinion. But yeah, they thought they were struggling in F2. They're having a go in F3. So, there you go. Let's see how they do. Obviously, it's a... The thing about swapping divisions, I don't know whether you've done it in any league in the past, Lincoln. When you get settled into any division, you get used to the drivers and the caliber drivers, don't you? Who gives you room and who doesn't. So the one thing for Grunty and Rippin is to get settled as soon as possible, isn't it?
Yeah, because they don't know who's quick, who can leave them space. Because in my F5 division, I know who I can have some good battles with and who I need to think, hang on, just hold off them a bit, give them a lot of space.
Yeah.
So hopefully they won't get any into any squabbles.
Yeah, I mean, the one driver that comes to mind always in F3 that is a bit more boisterous to pass is Millsy.
Yeah.
He's one of those, you know what I mean, Lincoln. He's one of those that you have to be bold with your overtakes. You have to put your car in places you don't want to do. It's nothing against these drivers that we're talking about, obviously. It's just, I'd be a bit more brave with them.
Yeah.
So, yeah, they're going to have to get used to all that, as well as settling into everything. Millsy saying, oi. You know it true, Millsy. You know it true.
So I'm just ignoring Hippo.
Yeah, it's Hippo as well. Fellow F5 driver in the chat. Good evening to you, Hippo. Millsy as well. Camo's just completing his lap at the moment. Obviously, now as we mentioned, he is in championship contention. Obviously, again, circumstances come into that, but I will like to point out he has not scored a point in 5 races, so he needs to get that sorted now, Lincoln, doesn't he?
Oh yeah.
Obviously, fellow Racing Point driver as well. He needs to score a point. Needs to get it out of the system. As he's wobbling his way through Ascari there.
He does. As team principal for Racing Point, I expect a lot better.
Already.
See what he does here. It's not going to be near it, so 20.3.
He had a few wobbles on his lap. He's got plenty of time to make that better, so that's perfectly fine.
He might push him again.
I mean, looking at his records. Looking at his records here. Obviously, he's had good results. I'm looking at a 4th in Australia, a 3rd in China, a 2nd in Monaco, a 2nd in Baku. And those are tricky circuits to get podiums at. But it seems like whenever he finishes well. But as I said, 5 races in a row. I've been there, Lincoln. I've gone 8 races without a point.
Ouch.
It's again, he's got to get it out of his system, but I'm pretty sure he's very much capable of doing so.
I'm not sure whether it's anything to do whether he's doing no traction, medium traction, anything like that. 'Cause I know first race he was doing medium traction. He seemed to be doing quite well on it. Oh, he's spinning. He's spinning. Oh, that's a wheel gone for Camo.
Oh, and he's out.
That's disappointing.
Curse. I think it is.
I think he knows we're watching him.
Oh boy. Oh, that's another racing point in Ascari, because Grunty did it twice. Once in qualifying in the race yesterday. So Ascari's gathering a lot of racing points.
Yeah, I'll be mindful of that tomorrow.
Yeah, don't do it again. It's already got a car park there. Driver standings. Do you want to go over them while we've got some time? Got 6 minutes left.
Yeah, I'll try and hopefully do it in order. So you got Stretch now that's first, 112 points. Camo behind on 88 points. Musical Rocket 86 points. Eagle in fourth with 75 points. Quaker Oats 61 points. Shane 55 points. Millsy on 50 points. Eyes is on 47 points. Spooky on 46. Koala on 45. Gasly 35. Toxic MW 31. Quirky Turtle 28. Dips Racing 21. Matty on 18. Brave on 13. Swift on 4. Blazer Guns on 0 currently.
Yeah, so
that's everyone that's currently on the standings.
Yeah, good stuff. Stretch has had an interesting campaign. Obviously, newly elected championship leader now because of everything that's happened. 1 win so far this season in France, but he has been very consistent since the championship. He's only not scored 3 times. Spain, Monaco, and Canada is his 3 times. The rest he has scored higher than 8th by the looks of this. So yeah, if he can continue that up, he can be a potential championship winner. But he's now got that target, doesn't he? He's now the one that all these guys are going to be chasing.
Yeah. People are going to be going for him in the race, trying to make sure to get past him as soon as they can.
Well, the person actually we need to keep an eye on, Lincoln, as we analysed the standings before we started. Yeah. The guy who's kind of on the rise is Musical Rocket, because he has won Hungary 2 weeks ago, won Silverstone the week before, and got a second before that. He's got some ground to catch up, but obviously because of the circumstances, he's now right in it. And if he can continue that,
it's very open now. Here, that could make it interesting. He can go. He can go joint top if he gets the win fastest lap and Stretch DNFs.
Stretch. Oh, I thought you meant his DNFs now.
No. I mean, if he DNFs in the race, Musical Rocket could get joint top.
I see. Obviously, Musical Rocket's got to score well though as well.
Yeah. Got to hope no one behind him steals fastest lap as well.
Right, on board with Millsy now, just coming through the middle of the lap at the moment. He and Koala have yet to set a lap at the moment. And as I mentioned about track limits around this track, obviously I know and love track limits, as everyone knows by now. But it is difficult, this place, isn't it? It's a very fine line, as Millsy gets it. Big slide through Ascari, just about to keep it clean. Yeah. It's a very fine line at this track, isn't it? The problem is, to be quick around here, you need to push those track limits, don't you? You need to really extend the track as best as possible. You've got to throw it into the corners, and then if you're throwing in corners too quick, you're likely to cut the corner. And then if you extend it too much and trying to get off the corner too quick, you can easily go off the track. There's a lot of turns on, a lot of corners on this track that easily get you pens. Millsy did briefly get it into 15th, which is just safe, but he's now been knocked back to 16th because of Quirky Turtle, who crossed the line there. So Millsy's got to find another 8 thousandths in about 2 minutes to Gasly, who's just ahead of him. He could
Could be recharging DRS to go for the next lap.
Hippo in the chat asking me how much do you know about track limits. Well, turn 1 you can cut, turn 2 you can cut, turn 3 you can't actually. 4 and 5 you can quite easily. Turn 5 I don't think there's any point. Turn 6 you can cut and track extend. Ascari 7, 8, 9 track extend, corner cut. You can do the whole lot actually in one go. Parabolica, yeah, you can run too far wide. You can also, right, if you go too far right on the pit straight, that's also a corner cut or an invalidation. Really don't know why that is, but yeah, that's my ins and outs.
Yeah,
that's your corner cut in track limit hint of the day. As Gasly just, yeah, there's your answer right there. Turned in far too early in the second chicane, the Roger. There's the Roger, yeah, it is. Got my track map just by me, so not too much. Blaze are just coming out with 1 minute 23 on the clock, Lincoln. That is going to be hard push to get round again.
Where's he at?
He's just gone past first chicane now. He should be alright, but he's got a motor. And he's under pressure from Quirky and Millsy, who are just starting their laps now.
Yeah, I reckon he'll make it. I reckon he'll make it comfortably.
Yeah, just got to keep an eye on him now. Just in.
Millsy now is finding
Quirky.
10th and a half.
Slightly down first sector. He had a big wobble through Ascari on his first laps though, so I think if he can nail that,
yeah,
it'll be alright. Who else is in trouble? You got Toxic MW. Gasly's retired, which might be a little bit of a mistake. He's found the 10th now. It's now Ascari. Had to turn out a little bit from the first part.
Oh,
and then he's cut the last bit.
Oh no.
The rest are safe. Well, Blaze is going again, but the rest are safe now. That's a shame for Millsy. He'll be joining Camo at the back of the grid. Blimey, that's an interesting prospect actually. Millsy and Camo having a fight back from the back of the grid.
Wonder how ballsy they'll be in the first corner.
I would say first corner, if you're that far back, I just don't try anything, just filter your way through.
Let everyone else crash in front of you. Yeah,
or potentially break front wings, and then you get the advantage later on when they pit. So, yeah, it's no point lunging in. This is not the type. It's like if you're at the back of a 5-lap lobby. You know, those random lobbies you join in, and if you're right at the back, just allow the carnage to happen in front of you.
Yeah.
Blazer goes nicely through Ascari.
Is he going to go try and get as far as he was he can? Is he going to just pit?
More practice.
Yeah.
More confidence, more data. See what time you can actually do. You might as well.
What did he get?
7th. 19.5 is pretty good.
Full stretch.
Just above stretch as well. So there we go. So P1. Obviously, a few people could have been holding back. There. One thing I am noticing is no Shane here, Lincoln. That is a real shame.
No.
It's a shame. It's a shame for Shane. It's a shame for Shane. Unless he's been moved to F4, but I don't think he has. But I think he's just missing for some reason today. No. Crack it! Don't start that now. Don't stir the cauldron. Jeez.
Oh dear.
Right. There's the end of Q1, and obviously shame for Millsy and Camo. Obviously the frustration for the pair of them, Lincoln. I've had this feeling a couple of times. Is if you're out in Q1, how long you got to wait until you actually race?
Yeah.
And you lose that feeling of the being in the car, don't you?
It's just what do they do with their half hour? Do they go on time trial, just do a few laps just to keep in the groove?
Well, they can't leave the lobby, can they? So
Not too sure with this game. Does what it wants, doesn't it?
They can maybe like bring up a thing on YouTube as like a Monza F1 2020 strategy. I'm sure it's out there somewhere.
Yeah.
Right, Q2. And obviously you being a racer yourself in the F5 division.
Yeah.
That's another plug for tomorrow. You know what this session entails. Obviously, this is where your strategy then comes into play.
Yeah.
Now, I presume you've done a bit of practice for tomorrow.
Yeah. I know exactly what tyre to go on.
Okay. It's not a two-stop, really, is it? Unless there's a safety car.
It shouldn't be. No, there's only really two strategies to go for. But whether
soft medium or medium soft, pretty much, isn't it?
Yeah. If we want to share that information.
Well, you yeah, it is, isn't it? You can't pick the hards. I don't think anybody would pick the hards. The hards really. This is one of those tracks where if you get knocked on your first lap, then put on the hards to see what you can do with them.
Yeah.
But they're not recommended because they're so slow around here.
Yeah, I think some people depends on their tyre wear as well. I know, being an ex-pad driver, your tyres wear a hell of a lot more than if you're on a wheel. So some might want to do a soft hard or start on the hards. As Hippo says, soft hard. He knows the strap.
Yeah.
But no.
Well, in the F2 race yesterday, it was a bit of a wild one actually because they had a safety car on the first lap.
Yeah.
And half the grid decided to not pit and then go softs to mediums. And of course, they would have the fresher tyres at the end and start clawing the way back. Those that did pitted for hards. And the problem with that is 27-lap race. They did over 20 laps on the hards. By the end, they were really, really struggling. So, and again, those that had pitted onto mediums, they just came back up through the field. There was even someone that did a double medium, then pitted for softs, and he had so much pace, he went straight back up through the field and won the race. So, yeah, on a simple no safety car, it's one stop, soft, medium, medium, soft, basically, isn't it?
Yeah, I think if there's a safety car first lap, I don't think going to hards would be the optimum strategy. I would say just stay out because it's like lap 10 to 12 to pit, I reckon.
Yeah. Crazy Fish is about to start a lap in the Red Bull on the medium tyres, as a few others are, but we're right on board of him as he goes along the front straight. Car coming out of Gasly, but he will slow down and let him through. Get your braking point exactly right in between the 100 and the 50 over the curves, but not rumble over them too much. Get the exit as smooth as possible and then through to turn 3. This is the Curva Grande, or the big curve basically in English. And then heading down to the Roger chicane, which again you need to get your braking point exactly right and rumbling over the curbs. Can go over the curbs if the car runs over him, and he's done that pretty nicely there. And now into these next two right-handers, Lesmo 1 right there, and then Lesmo 2, which you've got to be very careful on the exit. Can run a bit too wide, and of course invalidation if you do so. And down the straight to Ascari underneath the oval that they used in the 70s and 60s. I can't remember the last year they used that. Through Ascari. Don't get caught on the curb too much because it upsets the car. Had a slight wobble, but he's through that. And then you got one more corner to go. Parabolica. You just got to fling the car in. 4th gear, short shift, 5th and 6th at the end. Of course, if you're running no traction, of course you would do that. And then running to the line. To the right hand side is a 20.5 for Crazy Fish, which is pretty decent, but he has been beaten by those on the mediums, Rapin and Stretch just going ahead of him. Quaker going to 19.2 on the softs.
That could be worn softs possibly, I don't know. No, one lap in it, it's not worn.
Yeah. Blazers had an off, I think. Yeah, he's got no front wing.
Oh.
Got no front wing, so
where's he gone off?
In other words, he's lucky to carry on normally when you get no front wing.
That's highly likely Ascari again. I'm another victim.
Ooh, ISBS turned a bit too early in for the mediums. This is another one of those tracks as well, because again, go back to the whole track limits thing. If you invalidate your first run on the mediums, as ISBS just did, that messes up your whole race strategy potentially, doesn't it? Because your mind is set on starting on the mediums.
Yeah, if you wanted to start on the mediums, it's not the greatest invalidating it, because you're not going to go out on the mediums again, because it's that medium soft as a balance. Can't go out more than 2 laps.
That's the pressure, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's the pressure of getting a valid lap in straight up, because then you need to, as I said, alter your race strategy potentially. So you don't ideally want to start on mediums that have done like 2 laps, do you?
No, because you're going to be struggling. You're going to be struggling on the last lap or two of your mediums if you do that. Same with the softs. You really only need to do 1 run. Otherwise, you totally mess up your race.
Big side for Eyes the best. He's kind of struggling on these mediums. It was okay in Q1, set a 19.0 on the softs, but again, you can be like quick on the softs in Q1 and Q3, but this is where technically where it matters, isn't it?
Yeah.
Where you have to put on the harder tyre, obviously less grippy.
That's
adjust
close.
your corners. Hippo saying, "How are you doing, Dave and Rubens?" I'm good.
Yeah, all
My
good.
name's Michael. My name's Michael, if you want to be that familiar. But
yeah,
I'm good. Kind of half my mind thinking about the Burnley Fulham score with my own football team, but obviously my mind is completely 100% on this. As Ice the Best actually popped in the 19s and the mediums. That's a pretty impressive lap. But he has done a second lap on them.
That's going to be the best of the mediums.
Very good, mixing it in with some of the soft go runners as well. Ice the Best is on a bit of form. Second place in Belgium last time out, third 2 weeks before that in Silverstone. But he has had a DNF in between that as well, so... But again, he's coming on. Obviously, Red Bull were doing quite well in the Constructors, as Koala just goes straight off of turn 1 now. Yeah, Red Bull were doing quite well in the Constructors, obviously, with Sainz doing so well. Obviously, they got Crazy Fish, which is a good driver in itself, but that's another thing that Red Bull and all the principal of Red Bull have to manage with as well. 19-1 for Musical.
Yeah. Red Bulls have a good finish. They can overtake Ferrari in Constructors in the overall standings.
Who's leading the overall? Is it Racing Point at the moment?
Racing Point by 181 points.
Jesus. Who's second? Is it
Goes Racing Point, Ferrari, then Red Bull.
Oh, okay. I know my team Renault haven't exactly had the best one so far. I think we're like
Renault's
8th or
4th
9th or something.
Yeah, well...
Oh, jeez.
7th, yeah.
Yeah, obviously me and Legends in the F1 division aren't, get the rare point every now and again, so it's a bit of a struggle there.
You ain't got too bad F5 drivers, to be fair.
Yeah. So... Right, CSR Swift obviously topped Q1 at 18.8. Apparently beat his PB, he said in the chat, actually. So if that's the case, was that one every 20 lap there, Lincoln? That is difficult to match. But again, he's got to try and get through on these mediums.
It's possible. I'm still hoping... Ooh. Yeah, a bit wide.
How is that?
Possibly a lift.
How's that not invalid?
Possibly a lift out it.
Is that how it works? If you lift off and then there's...
It needs to be a decent enough lift to not invalid your lap. Needs to show that you've lost time doing it.
Lost time.
Yeah.
He's still on a 20-point flat though. Pretty solid.
Not sure being enough
Is
to
that
get
going to be safe? Yeah.
I'd say the cut-off could be a 19.8.
I'd even say I don't even think Eyes the Best is safe on his medium lap, and that's another thing trying to start in the mediums when you got a close division, and all the divisions are quite close.
Yeah.
That's what it is, isn't it? I think the time difference between the tyres is too much. You have to go on softs anyway.
I think everyone, apart from Swift, who's out, is on the softs. Got them fitted.
Yeah, I think ISBS will be very. He's only got a 3/10 gap to Eagle, who's just outside an 11th. In fact, both Mercedes 10th and 11th there.
Yeah.
Something came up, Cornish. Alka, yeah, he's not streaming tonight. Everything's fine, just something came up. Personal. That's why I'm here today. He's perfectly fine, should be racing on Thursday, unless something else does. Right, Crazy Fish, 4/10 up. He's found a little bit more, but he should find a little bit more through Ascari. Obviously, he's got the extra grip of the softs now. Spooky, 18.7. Hello. Fastest lap of the inning so far. We're starting to get some pace up here now.
Getting close to what I'm expecting.
See what Crazy Fish can do. He's not going to be challenging the top. It's a 19.7.
Not bad.
I'll be right on the cusp, I think. Gasly coming through Ascari. He's going to be the next one left with just under 4 minutes to go. So there's time for these guys to prepare for their last laps. Here comes Gasly, mid-19, yeah, 19.7, just behind the Crazy Fish by 2 thousandths. So stuff is all very close, like in the top 10 and then just outside the top 10, Lincoln.
Yeah, it could be a few hundredths that separate 10th and 11th.
Toxic MW goes to third in the Renault. That puts him a little bit more safe. I think actually it'll put him through to the next stage. I think actually only the top 5 are safe, Lincoln. Everybody else would have to find more.
Yeah, it could now be 19.6 could get you safely through. Big Grunty should be safe.
Yes, half a second from 6th to 13th at the moment. And you've got Blazer, who hasn't set a lap yet. I'm pretty sure Koala, who I'm on board right now, can improve his time. See what Koala can do. Down towards Ascari. Half a second up, which is good. That puts him in the 19.9 kind of range. If he can find a bit more through Ascari, it'd be good, but he seems to have nailed that pretty good.
Looks to me like I took a little bit safe.
Gasly's gone to a 19.3, so that will probably put him safe, but he is only 6th.
Should, yeah.
Comes Koala. Low 19. 19.5. Ooh, that's kind of in the middle.
I'd say that's safe.
Stretch 19.2 goes third. He's now through, I'd say. Going to be next. Got a Renault. Been just starting. I think it's going to be Igor next, who's 7/10 up, so he's more than doing enough in here. Was he? No, that's around 19.5 range, but again, he's got the last sector to do. Comes the Eagle.
Yeah,
19.2.
that'll be safe.
Joins his teammate pretty much. Both Mercedes are quite close. Yes, even Grunty, who's now 7th, doesn't feel safe on a 19.3. That's how close this is. Who's next? Swift is on an outlap, obviously on the soft. Yeah, no one on mediums. You wouldn't have got through anyway. I mean, Eyes is now 12th.
God.
Eyes is on a 4/10 improvement lap. Yeah. So one of the Mercedes is coming round. Should be just going into the pits. Got a Red Bull. Yes, Eyes is going to be next. So yeah, did an impressive lap actually in the medium, so race pace has got to be good, but he's got to get through to Q3.
Yeah.
This should be alright, I would think.
Yeah, contour.
Joins the 19-2 club,
Oof.
which has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 at the moment. So who's going to be next? Rippon's out. Rippon one shot's out, 14th.
Ooh.
Laser guns in the AlphaTauri. Yet to set a lap, yet to score a point in this season, despite all the effort and the hard luck that he's gone through. Can he stick it into the top 10? It's looking a pretty solid lap. Does it put him through? Just 10th. But he's got Swift in the Ferrari, who is 4 tenths up. So I think Blazer might just be knocked out as long as Swift completes it. It's a good effort though. It'll be 11th at best with fresh tyres. See how Swift gets on. This is going to be comfortably top, might even be.
Nice.
18-9, so yeah, Blazer's out. But Swift goes through into second. Everyone on soft tyres. And Gasly just gets through. Blazer misses out by 300ths to Gasly. Ooh.
That's some mad times.
Very close. It's a 10th pretty much separating 4th to around 10th as well. So very, very good stuff. So out in Q2, Blazer just misses out. Wallow in 12th. Crazy Fish in 13th is a bit of a surprise. Then you had Rippon one shot 14th, and then 15th, the unfortunate... Oh no, 14th Quirky Turtle and 15th Rippon one shot. Interesting. That midfield looks very, very good for the race, Lincoln. It's good to see.
So there'll be a few good battles. Interesting to see what pole gets here.
I think there's quite a few contenders here. Because I think I's the Best has more in him. Obviously, we saw a low 19. I think he can get into the 18s. 18, you're going to have to get in the 18s to at least challenge it, that, by the looks of it.
I reckon I'm going to go for Musical Rocket. He'll get pole.
Yep. Guy in pretty good form at the moment.
Yeah.
And that's the thing of Musical Rocket. Of all the now championship contenders, being Stretch, Camo, Rocket, and I think Quaker Oats is up there as well. He, out of all of them, is the one with momentum.
Yeah.
So, alright, Q3, here we go. Still overcast. Still no rain.
Hey, no one's mentioned it as rain. Interesting.
No. Chris saying musical to win. Who's going to get pole? We want pole first. We'll get the win later on.
Yeah, gives top 3.
I think that's Gasly coming out first. Oh no, Spooky coming out first, I think.
Yeah, Spooky.
Yep.
McLaren.
Top Q2 with that 18.7.
Could that be one of
Quaker
the?
Oats.
Could that be one of those quick laps? One of the moment ones.
I don't know. It's relatively quick in Q1 as well. So, on good form as well. He's in it as well in the championship. Yeah. So, what's his last few results? Where are you, Spooky? 7th, 10th, 10th, 10th. So, again, he's got to get kind of into the top 5. Caffel in the chat saying McLaren and Merck only teams that could run a slipstream roughly 5 tenths when done correctly. Ooh. I've not really seen that this season, Lincoln, to be honest. The whole slipstream.
No, I'm not sure. Not sure that
Who's that that's just joined, by the way? I didn't see. No, I didn't see who that was. Got the stream bar. Someone joined. I couldn't see who that was. Can anybody in the chat say who that was? I got the stream bar in front of it. I really should have moved it, actually. Right, if I keep on board with Spooky. You keep on board with that guy, whoever that one was.
Which one's that?
Okay, fair enough. If you keep an eye on Quaker's sector times while...
Quaker, yeah.
Yeah, he's just behind Spooky at the moment. Spooky goes through Curva Grande. Simply through 26-1 for Spooky.
Quaker 26-0.
Ooh, nice. So Quaker behind, slightly better. Middle sector, though, is make or break in the lap for me, apart from Ascari.
Yeah.
That's how you get these two corners right, and Spooky's done pretty well through that. Quaker, to me, looks like he's on a better lap here. But we'll see. It's a 52.7 middle sector.
Quaker's 52.4.
Ooh, so
Invalid.
yeah,
Invalid.
Quaker's... Ah,
Validated.
a shame for Quaker. Let's see what Spooky can do through Parabolic. He's got a Red Bull behind as well of Eyes the Best.
He's invalidated as well.
Yeah. Spooky's going to be the first one. Haven't seen 18 since the
Stretch.
19-1. That's a decent
Stretch
banker
to
lap.
53.3.
Also, Stretch might be going improved.
Gone for a quicker lap. Oh, he's lost it. He's lost time.
Yeah, 20.1. Yeah, must have had a big off.
Yeah.
Grunty in the racing point is going to have a 20.2 as well. These could all be... that Grunty and Stretch could be used tyres, though.
Yeah.
Is the other thing.
Depends how much they've
Might
used.
not have... Rockets. 46, there's a McLaren sideways at Spooky, who's had an off on his second lap. It was way off in the second Lesmo. Or is that the first? And that's the first one.
Ooh.
$52.5 for Quaker middle sector. But then again, the invalidates on the exit.
Oh, no.
Ay. What Eyes can do. He's a bit sideways through. Oh, and again on the exit. So, if Eyes can get a lap on the board there. Well, if he's going to dart it into the pits. No, he's going to put this on, but 19.8.
Not bad. Not bad for the second lap on him.
He had a couple of mistakes. MW getting a little bit of slipstream from... Was that Spooky? Yeah, that's the two clan members working together there. Might have given MW a bit of a chance to go for pole here.
19.2.
19.2. Did he run out of fuel? He did. He
Looks
ran
like
out of
it,
fuel as
ooh.
he crossed the line.
His second lap on him and all.
Yeah, as he crossed the line as well, he ran out of fuel. Literally as he
Got a
set
bit
the
lucky.
lap. That slipstream really
Musical
gained him a lot of
rocket.
time.
Valid.
Yeah, I think they're all heading back into the pits now. So, first blood to Spooky. In fact, you got a... Because obviously Spooky used to be called Toxic CW. So, you got a technical Toxic Clan 1-2 at the moment.
Don't think it's going to stay that way.
No, we have seen 18s before. People
Yeah.
nail their laps. Obviously, this is the pressure point, Lincoln. Q3. This is where you got to leave everything down on the line, and that's when your adrenaline comes out, doesn't it?
Yeah.
That's where the mistakes happen.
I've noticed most of the time people's last running Q3 is always the worst one. They get it invalidated or just don't turn a corner enough, and
Yep.
you just lose so much time because you're just worried about getting that lap in. Got Swift.
Oh, Swift, there we go. A third lap on the softs.
Oh, suppose you don't have to use
Fair
it for the
enough.
race.
Yeah. Gasly just behind his teammate. Goes into third of a 19.1. Well, lap there from Swift. I was taken aback by that because I thought everyone was done. That's why I'm surprised with a third lap on the softs.
Sorry, Destroyer in the chat. Knew his time would be beaten.
Right, so now everyone's going to go back in the pits unless... Again, they're going to surprise me. Although Gasly seems to be going again, although he's a bit down on his first sector. Keep on it though.
Might run out of ERS.
Nah, too far wide. Lap gone. Got in too early, that second part.
Yeah, 2 seconds down.
Right, well, we've got a bit of a lull in the action, although I do see a Red Bull coming out. A few more coming out for their second run, but we've got a bit of time. Announcement was obviously made yesterday, Lincoln, I believe you've seen. The Race of Champions at the end of the season. Well, the off-season that we're going to have. Your thoughts heading into it? Because you could potentially...
Whereabouts was it a second?
It was the Race of Champions announcement on Discord.
All I can see is Race of Champions tab.
Should be a message on there.
I can't see one in there.
Okay.
Don't know whether that's just me or anybody else.
Apparently that was sorted anyway. I'll basically give you a rundown. Give you a rundown. Basically, you know, this season ends 2 weeks before the next game comes out.
Yeah.
So obviously we've got testing once the new game comes out, once we're all ready, you know, get used to the game, so on and so forth.
Yeah.
That'll be like a month before we're even like racing. So we thought like as one last like little bit, one little hurrah, we're doing a Race of Champions. So basically it's the top 4 at the end of the season in the championship. Go into one big race, so you got 20 drivers.
Yeah.
Multiplayer cars. And to decipher like who drives to what, like F1 is going to be given like a base color. You can use whatever design, but the base color has to be like red or something, and then F2 is blue, and so on and so forth.
Yeah.
So we can tell. And obviously, there's a teams championship, there's a drivers championship. 3 races, all 25%. But to give like a bit of uncertainty, a bit of uncompetitiveness, like give F5 and F4 drivers, or the lower division drivers, a chance.
Yeah.
It's like first race is division backwards order, so like all the F5 drivers start first, and then F4, then F3, and F2, and F1 drivers at the back.
Yeah.
Race 2 is complete random, and then race 3, just to make it not too silly, it's like the current like mini season, mini championship order. And then we'll have a Race of Champions and a Division Champion, I guess, or a Teams thing at the end.
That does sound like quite fun, actually.
Yeah, it's one last hurrah, obviously, and one last race. Otherwise, you're going to be waiting 6 weeks, basically, until you're racing again. So it's a little bit, and we might have other odd things, social races when we get the new game as well.
Yeah, I mean, if I wasn't involved in it, I'd watch it.
Yeah, it gives also like people that may not win the championship a chance as well to get up there. When our final runs in Q3 at the moment, Ice the Best has just popped into second onto the front row.
Nice.
Just behind Swifty. Eagle's gone to 6th as well. Racing Point of Grunty goes to 8th on a 19.6. There's a McLaren coming over now of Spooky, who goes to the front row.
That's close.
11 thousandths. 11 thousandths behind Swift. No one can get to Swift at the moment.
Got next across the line.
Be Musical Rocket. Who 14.6 seconds up. Oh, he's back
slowed down. Yeah, he's going to go for another one.
Bit of a gamble. All or nothing, because he's got, well, actually he's got time to go again if he wants to. Ferrari Swift is about to begin.
Got Eyes to Best.
Invalid.
3 temps down, second sector. Oh, it's invalid there as well.
Kind of trying to get back onto the front row. He's got 10 seconds actually, as Eagle is going to cross the line just to start another lap and goes fourth. Eyes is just going to miss it. Grunty, 3/10 up. He's going to get a little bit of a slipstream as well from the Red Bull. Goes fifth on a 19.0. Spooky goes pole.
Spooky.
18.5.
Ooh.
18.5. Here comes Stretch. Into 6th. 19.1. Can anybody challenge Spooky? What's Swift getting up to? He's middle sector.
So this is 10th down.
Oh, he's going to nail Ascari, which got caught in the curb a little bit. Just got Toxic, but he's done. So it's just Swift that can ruin Spooky's party. They're both going to be on the front row, but can he find any more time through Parabolica? It'll be hard push to get 4/10. Let's see.
Oh, he's backed out.
I know he
lost.
Yeah, he braked out of it.
Does he want to start second?
He was starting second anyway, so I guess so. Maybe he knew anyway. But Spooky, pole position in the McLaren. Well done with an 18.5.
That's a mad time.
Yeah, very good lap. Swift on the front row alongside. Eyes in third place, just ahead of Eagle in fourth, who's just ahead of Grunty in fifth. In fact, Grunty splits the two Mercedes. Stretch was 1/1000th of a second ahead of Gasly in seventh. And then the Renault of Toxic, and then Quaker in ninth. Then obviously got Musical. Never got a lap in, really. Well, he got 23, but...
I saw he binned it at Ascari.
Oh, no.
Well,
that's a shame.
He could have been further up than that.
There he is, as there is your top 10. Spooky, if you include your audio, please.
Yep.
Be able to. Well done. 3/10 gap in the end ahead of us, Swift there in the Ferrari. So you broke the hearts of many Maranello fan. But you wouldn't care, would you? Because you're on pole position for this race. Very, very good lap. Did you expect that lap? Or was that one of those that's like, oh, blimey, I've just done that?
The first lap I done, I thought was alright. Slid at a tumble in my first lap that I done. And I knew the time to gain there, so I went for a second one, got a 10 foot through turn one, just kind of pushed away and ended up how I got. I got 3/10 after Ascari, 3/10 start. I thought that's quite good. And then I thought Swift was going to put it up a bit higher, but I don't know, it's quite good at it.
Yeah, very, very good. Obviously, you've had some decent results, but not obviously brilliant ones. Obviously, now obviously the circumstances that happened, obviously Sainz and Cooper Benz coming out, you're now kind of in the championship fight now. It's now opened it up for a lot of people, including yourself. Obviously, this is now technically when your championship starts.
You could say, I mean, since Austria, there a bit of a drought of points, I'm fighting for like the 1 point mark and that, so it's good to finally put it in pole. But then, I don't know how I'm going to do. I've never started properly in no traction before, so it's going to be fun.
Oh, yeah.
I've been doing a bit of practice, I haven't nailed it yet, but I think I've got it. Hanging, so I might lose a position or so, but...
Seems like you got it with that lap as well, if you can be consistent in the race, because that's where it counts. Your last podium was in Baku in third place. That's your only podium this season. Can you be on the podium today?
What, jinx, mate? I mean, I hope so, to get some points back there, but you can never speak too soon in F1. Say something in the complete opposite harms. Yeah,
of course. Obviously, though, your first priority is to keep the lead turn one. Obviously, everyone on soft tyres as well, so you don't have to worry about different tyre strategy until outside the top 10. But yeah, get a good start away. It's a long run down to turn one, but it's a narrow run down to turn one. I guess, yeah, keep the lead, and or if you lose the lead, just keep with the pack, really, because it's all about keeping in that DRS train. Don't let someone get away too much. And basically see how it happens, isn't it?
I mean, but I've only got Swift. He got the qualifying ban apparently, but he still raced. So apparently he's going to get disqualified at the end of the race. So I'm just hoping that if he does get past me, it isn't like a hold-up position or that, like could cost in the long term.
I did not know that.
Yeah, it was in the Discord and the free chat that he's got 30 points or something like that. So he should have the qualifying ban. And apparently he got a DM saying, but he didn't follow through and just drove. So that's interesting as well. But hey ho, what can you do?
Yeah, I did not know he had a qualifying ban. So
it wasn't in the announcement either. Apparently, just got a DM saying that he had a qualifying ban. So interesting.
That's something we'll have to obviously clear up at the end. But yeah, obviously head down and try and do a good race.
Right.
I'm sure you will.
Hopefully, right. I'll see you later on.
All right. Right, Lincoln, you all good?
Hello.
Back in the lobby.
All good. Yeah.
See everything?
It just kicked me out for a bit.
Yeah, it does that.
Yeah.
Welcome to F1 2020.
That's a lovely game.
Well, of course, the skies have brightened, so no chance of rain whatsoever for this race. We're all guessing, I guess.
You never know.
That's something I would like. Something I'd like in the next game, where if you click spectate, you were able to see like the weather forecast. You know, like the whole when you're in the garage, you get to see that like TV screen. I wish we had that. Well, I don't know. Is it should we have it? I mean, in real life, commentators know, don't they? So
I'm not sure they put the game for commentators though, do they? They just do it for just drivers and just do whatever.
Well, you got esports now. Yeah. You got esports now. It'd help them out. I'm just saying.
It would help for future ones if they had more interaction with spectators.
Like I remember a time when there wasn't a track map. And I hated that time. Because you just had to look at the gaps, and they weren't completely 100%. So I'm glad they done it. My fault is from like last game to this one, they made like a whole thing for spectators. I think maybe they could add a bit more. But I do
like the penalties they added. Beforehand, when you're a spectator, you could
helps.
You didn't know what penalties anyone was on.
Yeah, it so helps now.
Especially at the end of the race, it helps.
Oh, and the race director and the pit stops as well. So, anyway, you want to take us through the grid?
Yeah, do you want me to start from last to first?
Yeah.
It's 17th, we've got Camo. 16th, Millsy. In 15th, One Shot. 14th, Quirky Turtle. 13th, Crazy Fish. 12th, Koala. 11th, Blazer Guns. 10th, Musical Rocket, who's had a spin.
Doing a few donuts. Get them out of the way.
9th, got Quaker Oats. 8th, Toxic NW. 7th, Gasly. 6th, Stretch. 5th, Grunty. 4th, Eagle. 3rd, Eyes. 2nd, Swift. And 1st, Spooky, with a crazy lap in qualifying.
Thank you very much. It's not the worst thing I've seen on a formation lap. I don't know if you've seen in the meme submission I put an offer in for Timberlake, the spin that Raikkonen had under the formation lap while warming his tyres. Yeah.
I think I've seen it. I know he was in the party at the time when he did that. It was quite funny.
It was perfect because I was like right on board with him, and it's just like so maybe Musical's doing his own impression. I don't know.
Oh dear.
Crazy Fish, the only one outside the top 10 on softs. Nobody on hard tyres, obviously. Mediums as well. We'll see any gains that like Blazer, Koala, Quirky Turtle can make in this first lap will be key, but they still got to be careful, don't they?
Yeah.
It's a long run down the turn one, but it's incredibly narrow as you brake. It's like you can go 3 wide, but I wouldn't recommend it. It's normally go 2x2, so let's hope they can keep it clean. Can get very claustrophobic in that first chicane, and then if you haven't sorted out your differences, then you got the second chicane on the first lap to decide. So, and that can also be contentious.
Anyone starting on the mediums, don't get damaged straight away, because you're just going to be out of the race, because you've only got one other option, go on the hard and hope they last.
Yeah.
Which a lot of people found out last night they don't.
Yes. So here we go. 27 laps for the Italian Grand Prix of Monza. Let's hope we can have a good start. Let's hope we can have an actual start. It's have been good lately, but we'll see. We're just waiting for the lights.
Yep.
Everyone's slotted in. There we go. 2, 3, 4, 5 red lights. Lights out and away we go. Bit of a wheel spin from Spooky, but he's got a good initial launch actually, and I think he might get the lead, although Swift is edging alongside into turn 1. As it goes to the two Mercedes, they're going 2x2 once again into the first corner. Just edging their way through. Swift is just easing alongside into the lead. There's yellow flags at the back. It's Millsy, Quirky Turtle and all that getting a bit above a Crazy Fish as well as they head down to the Rogers chicane. And already the front three are gapping the rest. There's the two Mercedes behind as Eyes had to back out of a move on Spooky. Camo's actually had a demon of a start. He's up to 10th place already. A great start from him. Blazer's battling with Quirky Turtle back here as well. It's all getting a bit close. But for now, oh, Camo's off. Camo's off. Oh, he's got damage. He had a good start, but he's got damage on his left part of his wing, and that's not what he wants. As the two Mercedes going very close for Ascari. It's all kicking off.
I'm up for a field if there's anyone else that's got wing damage. I'm not getting the greatest of camera angles.
It's a shame for camera angle. Camo. Shame for Camo because he, as I said, he made such a good start.
Seems to have a bullet of a start.
There goes the live timings. Bear with it; it will fix itself.
Beautiful.
Yeah. Again, I think that F1 2020 does. As Quaker Oats and Toxics both steaming in behind Grunty. Thought they were going to hit him for a second, and they're squeezing each other. Quaker's like, "Give me room." Get a bit close here, and MW's just eased ahead of Quaker. There they go. Yeah, Camo's the only one in the pits, and he's got a long rest of the evening ahead. Almost said afternoon.
Oh, Quirky Turtle's just spun.
Oh, what's going on back there?
Having a battle with laser guns.
Big damage for Crazy Fish. Big damage for the McLaren as well.
Millsy. Has he got damage?
Oh, yellow flag. Virtual safety car. Everything will ease down.
Millsy has no damage.
He's a bit far back from Quirky Turtle, though. He must have something there.
Yeah, it must have. I think he must have spun.
Right, so virtual safety car. Yesterday we had a full safety car, but this time in virtual.
Quirky Turtle does have damage.
Anybody going to pit?
Quirky Turtle.
Anybody will
most likely pit.
Lead is not pitting. Plus virtual would have been a big advantage.
Red Bull wing damage. Crazy Fish goes in the pits.
Possibly.
Only one shot. Turtle's in the pits.
Musical Rocket. A lot of pits. A lot of people in the pits. Yeah, Ghastly, Crazy Fish, Rippin, and Quirky all in the pits. As Musical Rocket is all over the back of Stretch. 2 championship contenders now. Championship leader Stretch just holding off Musical as Quaker is looking up on the inside of Grunty into the Roger and makes it stick. So Quaker, the lovely move. Rocket actually from 10th place. Obviously had that difficulty in qualifying, Lincoln. He's moving forward in this race.
Yeah, he's got the pace.
Ghastly, the only one, as Swift already a time penalty on lap 3. I want to cut that down a little bit. He has got just over a second ahead of Spookies, trying to keep Eyes the best at bay.
Ooh, one shot's gone on the softs this early.
I was going to say, all those that have pitted, only Gasly went onto the hard tyres, so he potentially
They could go
may
to the
not
end.
need to pit again.
Yeah.
Yeah, the others will need to.
No safety car could make it interesting.
Oh, there's a
camo.
Camo. How'd camo? Oh, this is all back here as well. Grunty had a bit of a moment past the first chicane, as Rocket and Stretch going side by side in the Roger, and Rocket has got by Stretch, so Rocket is on the move. Also is Quaker now thinking of a way by.
Oh, can one shot make a move on camo?
Oh, what's
Yes, makes it stick.
Rocket slowed White down, allowed Quaker and Stretch to go through. Maybe he thought, maybe Rocket thought it was a bit of a argy-bargy move on Stretch, but he's allowed Quaker to go through as well.
Better play.
Fair enough. Predukes in the chat. Last night's race winner. Good evening to you. Hopefully you can enjoy F3 as well. As Swift is already flying up to the front, but Ice the Best is challenging Spooky and using the DRS, and the ERS eases by into second. And Quaker's also got by Stretch, so actually Quaker's on the move as well. Supposed to be very feisty tonight.
One shot, I want to get past Gasly as quickly as he can. That tyre difference.
Yeah, needs to make these soft tyres work.
Almost goes into the back of Gasly. Sure, it should be an easy overtake.
Pole was an 18.5 Predukes, as a 10th below yours, I believe, as it goes one shot.
Oh, good sign. Oh, just makes it stick.
Nice. Now he's got to pull away, because we know he's got to pit again, probably onto another pair of softs. But he's got to pull away from Gasly, because Gasly's just... Good thing about the hards, if you can get them to work, they are consistent though. So yeah, they're a long way back. They do need a safety car to bring them back in. Rocket still cannot find a way by Stretch. Stretch just holding them off. Oh, late lunge, Rocket. Oh, I don't know whether he meant to have a late move on Stretch, but Stretch had to give him the room, and what an exit from Rocket. It's going to be running outside of Curva Grande, giving him plenty of room. Going to be side by side into the Roger, and I think he's just going to do it. Good move, but Stretch had to really duck out the way of Rocket's sort of lunge, I guess, on the apex. And as good this battle is, Stretch is going to go straight back by him, through down to Ascari. As good as this battling is, and it's good entertainment for us, Lincoln, they're costing themselves time. Quaker's already going up, and they've been caught, by MW behind.
Yeah. It's getting interesting now.
Closest battle on track. In fact, the only battle on track. But looks like got Crazy Fish.
Crazy Fish at the bar. He's not closing enough on Gasly. I mean, it was on the start-finish straight. Just wasn't closing him down enough.
Oh, Spooky! I said there isn't any other battles. Spooky and Eyes aren't finished with each other.
Ooh.
As Eyes just about giving him a car's whip, and they go through Curva Grande once again. There he is, just edging by.
Gasly's using a lot of ERS stay ahead of Crazy Fish.
Oh, bit of a dip into the gravel. These two finding it out. Swift has a 2-second lead, but he's already got that early penalty. It will cost him. And he can't get any more, obviously. That will hurt him even more.
Oh, Gasly's made a mistake. He's into the grass.
Oh, again, these two. Stretch and Rocket still going at each other. Oh, what's going on here? Bit of a lag for Stretch. Rocket is... Again, though, they're nearly 3 seconds away from Quaker. Quaker's just dropped them.
Oh, Camo's just hit Gasly. Don't think there's any wing damage. No, it's all good. It's another penalty
Yellow flag for Quirky. Quirky's having a bit of trouble at the back. His Rocket just wait. He's getting a bit feisty with Stretch now.
Oh, Camo! Oh, come on!
Oh, whoa! What's happened there?
Got on the exit of Ascari. Span.
No contact between the two. Just
No, there was contact going into Ascari, but it was only a slight tap, but it didn't cause that.
Meanwhile, with Swift just managing like a 2.5 second gap, you now got Eyes, who now has Spooky,
Gasly pits.
Eagle, and Quaker Oats with him. The training cars, yeah, Gasly's done.
Oh,
Shame.
It would be nice to see if those could have gone to the end.
Blazer with his second time penalty of the evening's now up to 6 seconds. He's into 9th place though. Doing alright, as Grunty I think's had a spin. Edge of Ascari. He's not like that corner at all. Stretch and Musical still going at it. Stretch again. Outside of turn 1. Give each other room. Oh, they're rubbing tyres. Knocking tyres as well. Stretch locking up. Gets back ahead of Musical, but Musical might get him on the exit. Again, they're just... it is getting a bit feisty between these two. If I was Toxic MW at this point, I wouldn't like stick my nose into this just for the time being.
Stick with him.
Oh, safety car, Eagle!
Oh.
Eagle's out. Exeter Lesmo, safety car. Well, this changes the race. What?
Yeah, he would have lost on the exit.
Easy hard tyres to the end, you reckon?
Oh.
For everyone, pretty much?
It'd be an easy hard to the end. Possible mediums. You really kind on your tyres.
Yeah. See what the leaders do.
I could see 1 or 2 doing it.
Does Swift pits? Yes, he does. Ice pit as well. Yep.
Should say
Pretty sure all of them will.
Top 7 should definitely.
And they all are.
Blazer? No, Blazer stays out.
Medium tyres, you might as well.
Yeah.
I was going to say there's no double stack teammates at the moment, but a few might get held up.
Millsy stay out. Yeah.
Millsy, is he going to get out ahead of Eyes? Oh, this will be close. This will be very close.
Just.
He is. That's not what Eyes the Best would have needed.
That has helped Swift. Massive.
Oh yeah, because Swift got ahead.
Yeah. We can make an easy overtake over Blazer at the start when the safety car comes in.
Would
be it.
That's what he want to do.
Yeah.
Mediums should go from here, says Muddy Biscuit. Normal pit window was lap 1.
He meant lap 10. He meant lap 10.
Yeah, I meant lap 10. Okay, I was going to say. I didn't see the message underneath.
No, yeah, they should just about make it.
Right, so what this does do is it brings those wrapping One Shot, Crazy Fish, Camo and Quirky back into the race now. That's the positive.
Yeah, some of the guys
doing
back off the grid were getting a bit stretched out.
Also, Mills, you got a drive-through penalty for something. Can you check what that was? Because I missed what that was. You're on incident.
It's been quite a few. Speeding under safety car, same as Crazy Fish. He's got drive-through as well.
Oh. And they can't serve it under the safety car, so that's going to drop them well back. So that's good for Rise, technically, because it means Millsy's...
Depends if Millsy does it straight away or not. Or he wants to make it difficult.
If I was him and Crazy Fish, I'd get it out of the way.
Yeah. Get
out of the way, done with. Unfortunately, they will need another safety car to get back into the race again. We're going to have probably another lap, actually, because the other 4 that need to catch up are still halfway around the track. I'd say Swift has got to bide his... It's difficult for Swift, isn't it, with Blazer ahead, because he's got to bide his time, he's on the fresher tyres. But he's got to bear in mind he has a penalty. Eyes doesn't normally get penalties, so he's got to get the gap ahead, so he's got to be quick but careful with Blazer and trying to overtake him, because Blazer's going to be out for another few laps, I'd say.
I reckon Swift will try and get him at the restart. Keep him at the back of him as close as he can and try and get him first corner. Then if he does that, he's just gonna go away with it.
I wouldn't count Blazer out of points, by the way.
Nope.
Because he'll be on the softs towards the end, and if everyone else battle, wear their tyres towards the end of the race, Blazer will then come straight back in it. It's exactly what Produce did last night. Produce actually in the chat, he would know. He went on softs. He went completely under my nose and my radar because he just caught up so quickly in the last few laps on the softs. They're so quick in the last stages, and everyone was battling so much.
Oh, Cameron got another penalty.
He's up to 9. That's the most penalties so far. There's me. There's me. He keeps saying to me, obviously with reason, he keeps saying to me that I keep getting penalties. Well, Mr. Camo, on lap 11, out of the whole of the grid, you have the most penalties. So...
He's just
everyone else
copying
in the
you.
chat. I know. I know. It's not good copying me. Right, so safety car Yeah, because everyone wasn't up to...
No.
Everyone needs to be in the pack before they exit the last, or enter the last sector, basically. And then that's when they go.
That's helping Blazer and Millsy take their mediums a bit longer and have even fresher softs for the end.
Yep, they'll have less time to...
Oof. Be able to
Swift, that was close. I was on board with that. Swift was warming up his tyres, and he chucked into the barrier on the right side. So, safety car restarts. I've been in a few in my time. This is a tricky one to do it, isn't it? Because there's no slow corner. Normally the trick is, it's like in Spain. You know how the Spain works.
Yeah.
You normally go like either before the chicane or on the exit. Because then, you know, traction and everything else. This is a very difficult one. Because you've got Parabolica, and that's not a slow corner.
No, you can either do it just before it, try and catch them out, or wait until you a lot more around Parabolica, and then sort of wait a couple more seconds, and then let go. It all depends if people are on it.
Safety car in this lap, of course. You've got to give the space to all the cars.
We're getting a bit close.
Yeah. At this point, I give the car in front like a few car lengths at least. I know you should be like right up behind, but I never like risk it. When his Blaze is going to go, he's going. He's gone.
He's gone. Yeah.
Pretty good restart actually. And he's going to gap Swift. So, is anybody else being caught out? Quakers right up the back of Eyes in the turn 1 as we're back under racing once again.
Looks like he's going to take Crazy Fish. He does.
Through turn 1. Yeah, Camo into 13th. He's back in the race once again. Everyone else is. As Eyes now has got to get by Millsy, and I know Millsy, he's going to make that Alfa Romeo 4 times as wide as it is.
Oh, yeah.
It's not good for Eyes. He needs to clear through as Musical Rocket has just edged by Spooky. Spooky was right in the front field of this race, and there's damage as well from somewhere.
Ooh.
What's happened? Is that on board Spooky? It is! Oh, he's off into the gravel.
No.
That was the wing damage. Spooky off into the gravel as Swift is all over the back of Blazer. That's a shame for Spooky. Pole position. And it's gone. As Swift edges by Blazer. I think Blazer's not going to fight it.
Grunty's in the wall.
Again! Oh no. That's like the third time in 2 days.
Damage. Oh.
Oh, blimey.
He doesn't like this track.
Doesn't like Ascari.
Oh, yeah.
Ascari.
Yeah.
Actually, there's a thing with Ascari. They have a magnet that only attracts pink cars. It seems. Oh,
yeah, please don't say that.
It seems. Oh, Millsy's big sideways. His tyres are really struggling. Eyes the Best has gone through. He's been held up though. As Millsy tries to gets a bit of a, I guess, an elbow from Quaker, who's edged by with Eyes the Best. Quaker taps the back of Eyes through the first corner. Yeah, Millsy's really struggling on his tyres. He's got stretch all over the back of him now. As you got Toxic, MW, Musical Rocket. MW just easing across. Musical Rocket not giving him the room. But MW makes it anyway. Robust pass, but through he goes. Yeah, Millsy's struggling now, Lincoln. I think he'll be in the pits. Yeah, in he goes.
Yeah. Blazer Guns keeps going.
Blazer's doing alright, actually.
Yeah. He's
keeping up with others.
Could hold Eyes up. Oh, it's Camo! Breaks a bit too late. Gets wing damage.
Oh, no. Not working out for him.
It's one of those... When you get dirty, yeah. Need to break a bit earlier.
Yeah, so both racing points in the wars.
Not looking good.
The Millsy pit?
Millsy did pit, yeah. Oh, is it? Sure he has. Oh!
Did he pit?
Drive through.
Drive through. Oh, yes. I completely forgot about that. Crazy Fish as well has already taken it. Yeah, Produce is happy. Quirk is in the points. Fellow Haas driver.
Oh, what pens he got? Quirk's got 3 seconds. Camo's still 9.
Mm. We'll Blazer pair. Is that Camo? Another moment through Ascari. You see, Racing Points don't like Ascari.
Still have his wing damage, doesn't he?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Blazer still stays out. Wilder in the pits as well. Wilder must have got damage from somewhere.
With a safety car, Blazer could go another lap or 2, I reckon.
Yeah, Camo's called it a night.
Yeah. Unlucky Camo.
Run of no points continues. Unfortunately for him.
I'll have to have a word with him.
My timing pages have exploded.
Yeah, same. I've only got Millsy Crazy Fish times, that's it.
Yeah, they'll cross the line or whatever and they'll come back in. Pretty sure Blazer will be in the pits at the end of this lap, I would think. But what he is doing is he is giving Swift a good chance up front, but the one that looks most racy, Lincoln, is Quaker, who's right up the back of Eyes.
Blazer could be helping Quaker here.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, of course. Technically, but technically not, because you're going to give Eyes the best DRS here. Although Eyes runs very, very well. This is the chance for Quaker.
Yeah, goes in pits now, so that gives him room.
Here we go. When does Blazer come out? Must be soft tyres, but here goes Quaker.
Massively
Edges by into second place. Swift has just enough gap with his penalty to keep the lead for the time being.
That's good teamwork if that's what they were doing. Get Quaker outside of Eyes.
Millsy pits. Blazer has come out in 9th place on soft tyres. First points, Blazer, come on.
He will be absolutely steaming through the field.
He's got 14 seconds to Quirky, although Quirky's on hard tyres.
I think.
And then you've got a run of
Med's 8/10 difference. So when Meds have been on 6 laps, that could be at least a second a lap.
Yep. You've still got this train from Quaker Oats back. Quaker Oats doesn't seem to have the pace to close in on Swift. Swift at the moment in control despite the penalty. Eyes at the moment doesn't seem to have the pace on these tyres. It could be Turdier as well, but MW's right in there as well in 5th. And you've got Rocket at the back of this train.
Didn't help Eyes being behind Blazer.
Quaker, that's pressing double move. Eyes the best is thinking much of it, trying to make a move. Scratch edge in there as well. Predukes is like, Quirky's P8. He's edging up. Blazer caught Quirky a 1.5 that lap. As whoa, MW lunging it on Stretch and
nice
Stretch is massive. Oh, musical rocket double move. No.
Just slug it through.
I was looking forward at the wrong time, and Stretch has been clipped back to 6th. Musical rocket, like a rocket.
He did well not to.
Even by MW. Nice.
Oh, that break!
On the exit for Ascari. This is all getting a bit feisty now.
Everyone's making the cars wide, but it does feel like good racing.
Elbows out. As long as elbows out don't become punches, it's all right. Laser's flying on the softs. On course for his first points of the season at the moment, but I think he wants more than that. See how high he can go, but we still got this.
I think he's made about 4 seconds on Squirky total in a lap and a half.
Yeah, fastest lap as well. There he goes.
Gotta be.
Yeah, by 1.2 seconds compared to the next best. So yeah, he's flying.
Oh,
got penalties there. Rocket! Oh my goodness! What on earth has happened there? Safety car, and that will massively help Blazer on the softs. But geez, what is going on now?
Both trying to get back to the track, getting each other's way.
Oh my goodness. My initial assessment is there wasn't room for a move, and I'll leave it at that.
Yeah.
But what that has done is it's now brought out a safety car. Swift is going to be cursing everything because he had the gap managed, and it's going to all close up again.
I love this game. It doesn't tell me when there's a safety car. All I can
maybe because you lagged out and joined back in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Lovely game.
Unfortunately, MW got damage and all. That's moved Rip and One Shot into 5th from pretty much nowhere. That's gone under my radar, but MW and Rocket will be in the pits after that disagreement.
Top guys are staying out. I'm surprised by that. One Shot's pitting.
Oh, did One Shot get damage out of all that? He might have done, but he's pitting. Oh, he's pitting for softs and he's double stacking his teammate who actually had damage.
Will that put Blazer into 5th?
Mm-hmm. Blazer does have penalties though. And obviously this safety car won't help, but he's now on softs and it will catch up to those who hasn't pitted.
Wonder why I thought I haven't pitted.
Trap position.
Have we got fresh softs or not?
Potentially. Everyone else behind has gone on to fresh softs, so
they're surely going to get eaten up.
Easy. He'll easily go to the end because you still got what, 2 laps on the safety car still.
At least.
Mm-hmm.
What is Koala the last one currently in the pits?
Yep. So yeah, top 4 mediums. Yeah, top 4 mediums. Everyone else on softs, and the warm mediums as well. They're 9 laps already, and they've got to go another 7. They'll be fine, but compared to fresh softs, oh boy, they're going to be hounded, all 4 of them.
Couldn't have made a massive mistake not pitting.
Those with penalties is going to hurt. As much as Blaze is in a good position, his 9 seconds is going to hurt.
Well, at least Camo's pens aren't going to affect it.
Oh, he's DNF, so it doesn't matter.
DNF, exactly. Oh, bless him.
A second safety car and a virtual for this race. I don't really, apart from that last one, I don't think it's been like because of shenanigans. Like the virtual safety car was Gasly, was it? And then you had Eagle for the full safety car crashing into Lesmo. And obviously you had Rocket and MW, which may be a bit unfortunate. They're both still together. So
it'll be an interesting restart.
Yeah. Also, what happened between them, stewards will sort out. But again, my initial reaction was there was no room on the outside. Whether 6 of one, half a dozen the other, maybe. But it'll be something to sort out. Hopefully, they can keep it clean to the end. So
that's crazy.
In terms of the ones that are in the best position right now, you've got. I'm going to be honest. I don't think any of the top 4 on those mediums are going to win this race.
No.
Might hold up for a podium, maybe one of them, but I don't see it. All these guys on the softs are going to be all over them. But the highest of those that don't have a penalty is Millsy, but he's been on 3-lap old tyres.
Yeah.
Which may struggle in the last 2 laps. So the highest of those, no penalties, freshest tyres, is MW, Rocket, and Crazy Fish. They can filter their way through this Pat Lincoln. Who knows?
I think
you think the same as well? Would you be surprised?
I think it could be between one shot. It could be between one shot and Turtle. If they only keep their 3 seconds, I reckon one of those 2 will win it. Blazer could finish first on track. Obviously, with his pens, he'll fall down.
Yeah. The only thing Blazer can do is basically pick these cars off one by one.
Yeah.
And then get as much a gap as he can and see where you end up.
Hope the others fall behind and not be able to get past the mediums.
Yep. This is all going to be how quickly the guys on softs can make their way through.
Yeah.
Remember in all this, remember Crazy Fish and Millsy had a drive-through?
Yeah.
8th and 11th on freshest soft tyres as well.
So those cars worked out a bit nicely for
him. Why is Spooky in 4th? Oh, is Spooky a lap down? Oh! Well, what's going on here? Blazer and Rippin' one shot. Yeah, Spooky, I didn't realise in all this, was actually a lap down and he never...
Oh,
he never
still got
back.
past him as well.
He's on fresh start. That is tough lot for Spooky because there's no way he's coming back into this race. But what it does do, I'm pretty sure Spooky will yeet out the way still, but still not ideal. Safety car in this lap. Here we go.
Racing on his own now.
Place your bets now. Which, like, if you're watching it on YouTube and haven't seen this race or the end of it, pause it now. Who's winning? This could be anyone's. I'm saying this now. If any of the guys in the top 4 win this race, hat off to them, because 11 lap mediums. This can be interesting. Swift has got to get a good restart. They're all getting very close. At the last corner, is he going to go away?
One shot almost went in the back of Blazer.
He's not going yet. He's not going yet. Oh, this is a bit. Nah. It's Magello. Oh goodness me! This is. Oh, this is not going to be right. Thank you, Swift. They're all really close. Spooky's not yeeting out the way as he should because he's a lap down. As they all go into here. Oh, what's going on? There's a Renault, MW in there. Spooky's gone way off actually turn 1. He's getting yeeted out the way, so back on the way. Blaze has already got by Stretch in the 4th, and he's already looking at the back of Eyes. Back underway. Oh, Quirky. Let me inside, 2x2. Rocket and Quirky going at it. Millsy's just got back. What is going on back here? Millsy's just got by Quirky and Koala.
Oh, I'm getting elbows out.
Ripping one shots, edging by Stretch. Yeah, Stretch is dropping back on his mediums. Blaze is just going to try to go the outside of a Sky for Eyes, and he gets it done. What a move from Blazer. So Blazer's flying. All those in the softs are picking their way through. The mediums are dropping back. Musical Rocket and MW again. Keep each other clean, boys, please. Side by side for Parabolica. Oh, and Toxic not giving him the room on the exit. Keep it clean, boys.
One's not going to take eyes on the straight.
No point saying it at this point. Oh.
So you're going to outbrake him.
Oh. Eyes turned in on him a little bit. Not giving him the room, squeezing him. Oh, and run shot. Lost all the momentum and Stretch is edging his way back, and there goes Musical. This is hectic. All over the place, hectic. Rip in. Ooh. Nudges off. Oh, and that caused damage to Koala and his teammate behind. Definitely getting elbows out now.
Toxic got wing damage.
It's a shame for all of them there. Wonder what Blaze is going to do with his teammate. He has his penalties, but he is coming up behind these two, but...
He's doing a party to go, you'd expect him to be having team orders.
Well, Quirky could potentially win this race, because Swift, because this safety car, he can't get that gap away. Rocket still looking at ripping one shot. Understeer that Koala and MW have is ridiculous right now. DRS enabled. Yeah, I think if you were AlphaTauri, and Blazer is principal of AlphaTauri, if I were him, I'd allow Quaker to try and do this. What has happened at that first chicane? Crazy Fish, Grunty has, yeah, Grunty's around in the first chicane. He'll drop back. Yeah, if I were Blazer Lincoln, there's no point in... Oh, there's a Rocket. Has got a Rocket up the inside of Rippin. Whipping barges tyres with him. Rocket's making friends with the Renault's edges. Whipping one shot on the exit.
Oh, got a good exit out the corner.
Right, let's go to the penalties now. Yeah, if I were Blazer, I would just... As tough as it is, because his penalty is going to drop him back.
Yeah.
Maybe outside the points and all this. As a principle, it's not worth like pressurising Quaker. Quaker's in line to win this race,
No.
but I don't think Swift has the pace to move away.
I'd say for Quaker to let Blazer through, try and challenge Swift, and if not, switch it around again.
Or ignore me.
Especially with
Or
the
ignore
penalties.
me. Or ignore me. Just go for second. Why not?
Yeah.
No. Good move. Also his tyres went 8 laps. They should be fine towards the end, but go for it actually.
Penalties.
Rocket now looking at stretch. This is interesting. Inside of the Roger, stretch just said okay then. Didn't fight it too much. So Blazer's penalties will drop him outside the points unless he can find a bit more. So as it stands with a lap and a half. He's got another one as well.
Oh no!
Too much now.
I'm going to say Blazer Guns
Such a shame.
could try and drag Quaker Oats with him to keep within 3 seconds of Swift.
Yeah, gap is 2.4. It's right on the edge. Swift is trying his hardest. He's got enough on eyes to be on the podium. I think at the moment, as it stands, but it's literally 4 tenths from Swift to Quaker. Yeah, DRS would help. As long as Quaker can keep in DRS. Rocket is all over the back of eyes. And this is potential 3rd place for Musical Rocket. Eyes is trying to defend all he can. But I don't think he has any AOS or tyres left. As Rocket moves into a net 3rd place.
Oh, Grunty, 22-second depends.
Ouch.
Ooh.
He's had a rough race, I think. I don't think he cares.
Don't think he likes
I
it.
think he cares how many. Had another spin at the back as well. I think Quaker is just hanging on enough. It's half a second. Got one more corner to go. Swift is going to win on track, but unfortunately the safety car has ruined it for him. He had the pace to win this race, but penalty, which he got very early on, is going to cost him. To Quaker Oats, who's going to take the win. There he goes by half a second. Rocket to 3rd. Eyes the best in 4th. Stretch in 5th. Whipping One Shot 6th. Crazy Fish 7th. Millsy 8th. Toxic 9th. Koala 10th. And Blazer misses out on a point by 0.6 of a second.
Oh.
Man.
Time will come.
Quirky as well outside the points in 12th. Oh man. And Grunty will finish the last person. Finish on the lead lap. What an end to that race. Last 6-7 laps.
Well, that was anyone's race, that.
I have to say, those on mediums didn't do that bad at all. I thought they were going to drop off behind, but I think what it was is that the guys on softs battled each other so hard.
Just lost too much time.
Yeah. You got to feel sorry for Swift. And for Blazer, and a few others as well. Safety car kind of helped them, but kind of didn't. Really.
God, last penny for Blazer.
I
think that last penny could have finished... What's it? When time frame
minus
go?
3 seconds, basically. Yeah.
No, 7th. Oh. It's unlucky.
Very unlucky, but Quaker with his... Wow, this is his first podium since Spain. Blimey.
God.
That's a result. No, but to be fair, I think Quaker deserves it, because remember that first stint, he was moving his way up through the field.
Yeah.
He was in around 4th, 5th. I think he was on for a podium anyway. Without it. But, yeah, very good from him. Swift as well. Musical Rocket on the podium. Eisen 4th. Yep, Eisen Stretch on the mediums, not too bad at all, 4th and 5th place. Be relatively happy. Stretch will keep the lead, I think, yep. Consolidates his championship leader status. Whipping One Shot his first race in 6th, Crazy Fish 7th, Millsy 8th, MW, then Koala and Blazer just outside the points. Then all your non-finishers. Not a good day for the Pink Panther team, Lincoln, but they'll be back, I'm sure.
No, I'll be having stern words.
I don't know what happened to Quaker, but he disconnected at the end of that. So another invite to the party, so hopefully he joins. I don't think we're gonna have him. I think he's having issues, so we'll have these two. If you could include your audio, please, Swift and Rocket. Hit the box so we can hear your thoughts at the end of that interesting race. So, Lincoln, you good asking the questions to Rocket, and I'll ask Swift?
Try.
Yeah, just unless you want me to do both, up to you.
Yeah, you do it for this one. Yeah.
Okay, no worries. No worries. Musical Rocket, 3rd place in a very gutsy drive from yourself. A few very aggressive moves, but you got it done and into 3rd place, and a good move from Eyes the Best on the last lap put you onto the podium in that race. Yeah, very hectic stuff. You're battling with the Renaults, as I said, battling with Stretch as well in the first stint as well. You two swapping positions left, right and centre. But yeah, very good performance for yourself. That's your 5th podium in like 6 races, so yeah, doing very good. Yeah, take us through. You've got to be pretty happy with that.
Quali, let's start with that. Gazi car rolled. I've misjudged his rolling kind of barrier thing. Like gone straight into his car on the straight because I thought I could get away with it. So that ruined my Q3 run because I DNF'd instantly after that. Then the race, where do I even start? It was a good initial start, launch-wise. I overtook 2 cars heading into turn 1. Then I think it was Camo who missed his braking point into turn 1, caused chaos. Then during the race, I had a battle with the Mercedes driver of what's his name? It wasn't Eagle, the other one. Stretch, wasn't it? So we had a good battle, to be honest. I mean, I pushed for the track at one point, but I gave him back the position. And as I gave him back the position, I also gave Quaters the position, which in the end was the difference between P2 or not in this race, I believe. So that was alright. I just wanted to make sure I was all good for Stretch, so I did that anyway, even if it cost me 2 positions. And then I had a pit stop coming and then came on track with Toxic. He just kept moving in the braking zones and things like that, and then going to the chicane turn 3, he decides he's going to leave me no space, puts me into the barrier, which then my rebound on my car goes into him. We both spin out, and he's blaming me for it, and I'm obviously going to blame him for it, because he's got so much space on his left-hand side, pushes me off the track, and takes me out. But other than
Leave that to the stewards, obviously. Something we don't want to, say a lot about, but let them deal with it, obviously.
Yeah. And then.
Yeah.
Other than that.
Obviously take that to one side. You obviously got a good podium yourself. Singapore next, completely different type of track to today, because obviously today was fast and flowing. Singapore was very intricate, very demanding. What's your thoughts heading into that? It's It's very daunting and demanding, isn't it? So it'll be an interesting one.
I hate that track. Honestly, that track is horrendous for me, and I've never actually scored a podium there or got points there, except for maybe one F2 race. But on that, I've DNF, and DNF. So,
well, hopefully, you can buck the trend or change the trend next week in Singapore. But good luck for that race, and well done in your third place.
cheers.
All right. Do you want to ask Swift the questions, Lincoln, or do you find me doing it?
I'll let you do it this time.
Okay, no worries at all.
Yeah.
Right, Swift, I don't believe I've spoken to you before. I believe you're relatively new to RSF1, and if that is the case, I believe my information is correct. What a debut, because you did pretty well in qualifying. Obviously got pipped to pole position, but once you took the lead in the first part of the race, seemed to be in control. Weren't really challenging very much, or being challenged very much, sorry, even before the safety car in control. But it seems like that safety car, unfortunately for yourself, wasn't good for you, because it stopped you controlling the gap, and the penalty that you had also dropped it down, which you got very early on. But still, you've got to be happy with a still second place. A very good start to your career, if you like, in RSF1.
Yeah, I'm quite happy with it, to be honest. Well, the warnings at the start of the race, I got 5 in the first 2 laps because I wasn't used to the fully fueled car. So what's it called? Ascari, I got like 3 warnings in 1 lap, and then I was on 2 warnings until a penalty, so I was like that for the rest of the race, and I just had to cut down on it. But yeah, the safety car, the second safety car, I was annoyed at the start, but then I realised I had the McLaren behind me that could sort of stop any chance of anyone overtaking me. But yeah, it was a good finish. I'm happy with it, but the penalty, I'm just annoyed about, because it would have been a win without it.
Yeah, what was the corner you got the penalty at?
The corner I got the penalty at was the first turn. Actually, I went too narrow.
Oh, the first chicane.
Yeah, too inside. And then I got 200 the virtual safety car, but then I obviously got 2 other warnings to cancel them out, so I can't do anything about that. But yeah, it was a good finish overall. I'm quite happy with it. Good debut, kind of.
That is your first race.
I think it's my second or third. I don't know. I can't remember.
What a place to have a good race on, though, because obviously driving for Ferrari and in Monza as well. So yeah, very good stuff. Singapore next. Obviously, we spoke briefly to Rocket about Singapore. We're going from the shortest Grand Prix, in terms of time, I guess, to one of the longest, especially if it rains as well, at Singapore. What's your thoughts? Is it a track that you enjoy or not?
Out of all of the street tracks, it's probably one of my favourite, but it's one of the longest races, which sometimes puts me off, because, there's so, I don't know, get kind of bored. I don't know how to explain it, but
your concentration's got to be up, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's got to be so up, because the amount of times you just clip your front wing on a few corners, which could ruin your race, because a pit stop round there is crucial. And overall I like the track, but it's just, if you're the hards, I'm not going to touch. I hate those tyres around Singapore, because you can't take any of the corners like flat out. You have to fully, like the last turn, you have to like brake midway through without getting a warning.
Yeah, would definitely be an interesting Grand Prix, but well done on your second place. Just missed out on the victory, but maybe it will come in the last few races. But for now, very good first impressions. So
Thank you very much.
well done, and good luck next week in Singapore.
Yeah, well done commentating as well. Cheers.
Thank you.
Cheers.
Wow, that was a hectic, chaotic end to that Monza race, Lincoln.
Yeah.
In terms of first time in the comms box, I guess, your best one. I mean, you could have had an ordinary, not so exciting race. This one, you get 2 safety cars, a virtual, and all that at the end.
As soon as it started to like stretch out a bit, a safety car came out. It's pretty nice.
So it's not always like that. It's not always
No.
entertaining like that. Mostly it is. But very good. I think you did a very respectable job today in the comms box, if I must say. So, but there you go. F3 is completely done. Championship contenders did reasonably well. I don't think there were any major changes or gains. Stretch keeps his lead. I think it got caught a little bit by Musical Rocket.
Yeah, I think Musical Rocket
Obviously.
goes into second.
I think Stretch will have around about a 20-ish point lead going into Singapore.
Yeah.
Which, as we know, Lincoln, as we said, daunting, demanding, exhausting. You really got to keep your concentration and your endurance levels up next week. For them guys, they'll be kind of looking forward to it, but some will be absolutely dreading it, pretty much. Especially if it rains, that's even worse.
Yeah, it's one of those tracks, isn't it?
You'll be in for the long haul as well. So that'll be interesting next week. As for Monza this week, we still have 3 more to go. You're racing tomorrow, Lincoln.
Yeah.
So, and I'm in the comms box again for 3 days in a row. So I've got a little bit of voice stuff. I'll be alright.
You'll be joined by Rogue, are you?
Should be Rogue tomorrow,
Fun.
or if not, got Magic Mark. We got cover, so it's all good. Yeah, so all good stuff. Then I'm finally racing on the Wednesday, trying to get a point, trying not to get disqualified, trying not to crash as well. So that'll be me Wednesday. And then Thursday, obviously the F4, which you're commentating again. So a busy week for us. Busy week for us. Of course, with Musical Rocket, who obviously raced today.
Yeah.
Blimey. Yeah, all round Monza. We're going to be sick and tired of Monza by the end of the week.
I love it.
Yeah, but maybe we can have some rain to spice it up a little bit, but we'll see.
Not tomorrow.
I'll get it all. I'll get it all Wednesday. But you full rain on
Yes,
Wednesday.
please.
Yeah. Thank you very much for everyone watching. Hopefully that was a good race to watch. Definitely was from our point of view. And as I said, they'll be back Singapore next week. So from now until then, I'll see you next time. And yeah, take care.